Hi everybody, it's your old mate Daryl. Wow, the weather's nice, it's warm, the sun's still out. I'm a little bit later than normal. I've just had the shock of a real shock. Me and Toby are walking on the North Promenade. We get to the end of it and we get to where the field starts. I'll show you when we get up to it. Down below me, crossing over the Staithes, was a woman, a man, and I'd say an 8 or 9 year old girl, something like that, and 3 dogs. Now, the girl, she had enough sense to go to safety, to where the steps are. Are you looking for your dog? It were down there. Well, she came up to us anyway. She came up to us. Yeah. I can't see her, but she was certainly down there anyway. Afternoon, Dave. So anyhow, you've got the girl, the mum, and a guy, and 3 dogs. Now the tide's coming in. You've got a... right. Somebody thought they just lost the dog. Anyhow, sorry, let me get back to that. So you've got them, you got the 3 of them. The girl, the guy manages to get her over the Staithes. They get the 3 dogs over the Staithes. The girl goes to safety at the bottom of the steps. The woman, she was like a big baby. She's screaming, I can't do it, I can't do it. And the tide is coming in around them. I can't do it, I can't do it. She's going on. All she had to do was step up and walk, be carefully, on the rocks by the side of the Staithes. Either that or climb on the Staithes and park a bum. That's all she had to do, park a bum on the Staithes and then let herself drop. With him helping her, she'd have been fine. But she's saying, I can't do it, I can't do it. I thought, hell. Hi Kevin. Hi Tom. Hi Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much, that Boulevard. Rectan, good afternoon, mate. So anyway, my heart were in my mouth. It's not that I could go down and help them because I've got Toby. I can't really ask a girl to look after yet another dog. And I'm up on top of the cliff. And she's screaming. At one point she was stamping her feet. She was like a big baby. And I said to her, come on love, I said, you can do it. I'm shouting, you can do it, you can do it. You've got to do it, you will die if you don't. But she wouldn't do it, and he's trying to push her, pull her, drag her, do everything he could, and he couldn't. It was horrific. I said to him, do you want me to call the lifeboat? Because the tide were coming in around them. He said, not yet, mate, not yet. So I thought, well, okay, I'll give him a bit longer. Anyhow, eventually he managed, somehow, to manhandle her over the rocks. I'll show you where in a moment when we get up there. But he managed to manhandle her. It put the fear of God into me. Hi there, my friend. Muslim girl. Good afternoon. Sam, not interested, mate. Keep your politics off my channel, thank you. Hi, Dave. Yeah, it's a good idea, that, Dave. So you're gonna get a spade. That's always a good thing, because otherwise you're gonna end up with a load of kittens. So yeah. Hi, Muslim girl. Are you okay? Well, folks, here he is, Toby. Yeah, if he hadn't have been with me, I'd have gone down the steps onto the beach where they were, and I would have helped them. But I couldn't leave. It wouldn't have been right to leave Toby. Come on, Tobes. I don't know where they'd been. I don't know where they were going. No, Lima Bean. We are in Yorkshire, East Yorkshire. We're on the North Sea coast, and we're about 20 miles or so east of Hull. Yeah, so I'm still a bit, I don't know, shocked. It could so easily have been tragic, because when the tide starts coming in, it literally comes in very, very fast. And from where they were standing, the tide, the sea was at the back of them, but it wasn't deep, it was just coming in. Where they've been coming from, I just don't know. I think possibly from Saint Lemaire, which is about 3 miles further up the coast. We might have a caravan there or something, I don't know. But I think they cut it a bit fine. They cut it too fine, in fact. I know it quite well round here, and I would never ever have done that. You're welcome, Lima Bean. Hi, Russell. How are you? I'm doing good too. Although I did have a shock with that family being stuck on the beach. Good Lord. I've never seen anything like it. It's bad because I knew I couldn't help them. Just awful. See, the tide's well in now. This was only like a quarter of an hour ago. She was just stuck there. Before you get to the Staithes, she was just stuck. I can't do it, I can't do it. She was screaming on top of her voice. Literally screaming. I'm shouting back, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to get over the Staithes. You've got to get over the rocks. It weren't that difficult to do. You had to be careful where you put your feet. Hiya. He's okay. Hello. All right. Yeah, I'm fine, mate. He's okay. It's evening, isn't it? It's beautiful. I'll tell you what I did see a few minutes ago. I was coming over and there were a family. You know where the steps are? Just before you get to the steps is at the final Staithes. And a woman was stuck and she was scared of climbing over. and the
What,
tide
on
was,
this one here,
yeah, yeah, and the tide were coming in. They had a 9-year-old girl, 3 dogs, him and her. We got the kid. So the kid went to safety, which I was glad about. And she was screaming, "I can't do it. She couldn't climb. I
It's a
can't
bit
do
tricky, yeah.
it." It is, but
Tricky. You know, when I saw you up here on that windy night and I was walking with the other guy,
yeah, yeah,
well, I walked all the way down Sandy Bay and come back, and you know how rough it was down
yeah,
there. I stood at the other end. I was it's going to go, it's going to go, it's going to go. We got down to the middle down here, and we was going in between the alcoves.
oh yeah.
And then it come up all of a sudden. I come back, my bloody trousers were soaked up.
You've got to be really careful. When it comes in, it comes in.
Well, it was going out. It was because the high tide was 5:40 or something when on that evening. And it must have been 6:30, 6:45.
Doesn't matter.
I got down there, but because it was so rough.
Yeah.
When it was coming in, sweeping right up to the top there. You know.
It's about every fourth
But we
way.
got stuck in the same place down there, and the dog couldn't get over. I could get over, but the dog got stuck in it because it's that high.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
To lift the dog, you know.
It's hard,
into
yeah.
a position where she's going to go over the top now.
Oh God.
It's all good fun. It was an adventure.
See you later, mate. Hi, Annette. No, we're in Yorkshire, East Yorkshire, a place called Withensea, and we're about 20 miles or so from Hull. I think there is one outside the Coast Guard's, place, showing you the coast, where the Coast Guard's station is. There is one there, I think. And there's stuff on the main beach in Withensea which tells you tide times. But here's the thing, they were on the beach itself and they'd come down. The only place around here other than Withensea where you can get on that beach would be Sandlermere, which is 3 miles further down. I can't really tell you whether they have anything there. I would have thought so, because that's a holiday camp. But there's nowhere between there and here where you can actually access the beach. Yeah, he's a lovely guy, but I've spoken to him a few times. He's one of the dog walkers, and like me, we see each other quite a lot. Oh, look what's still here. Come on, Toby. Ha ha ha, it's still there. I didn't notice when I were coming. The car. Now, it's nearly 2 weeks since I spoke to that councillor who told me East York's council was onto it. There it is. Yep, that's it. It's been here now for about 6-7 weeks, something like that. I spoke to a councillor a couple of weeks ago. Don't worry, he said, we're on to it. He said, what we're going to do is we're going to get the number. So we have the number. He said, we're going to contact the DVLA, find out who owns it, and then we're going to write them a letter. I thought, oh. Anyway, it's still here. I'm thinking of opening a book on it. Will it still be here at Christmas? What are the odds? It's been here now about, I'd say at least 6 weeks, maybe longer. And it doesn't look like it's moving. What time does it get dark? Round about 7:15. Between 7:15 and 7. That's why I've started going out earlier. Right, fair enough. I'm not going to do any. It's not my problem, so I don't really care. But Well, one of our buses. Yeah, I'll just show you in a minute where they were. We have another David Beckham, have we?
Yeah, we've got one here, one, I'll be the first.
See you later, lads. Yeah, I know. Top G, I know you're kidding. But you're right in one way, I wouldn't do anything about it. I told this guy from the council, it's up to him now to sort it out. If it were near where I live, I might be a bit more concerned about it, but you've got all these houses here. Let them sort it out. Yeah, I know that, Annette. He has got a sense of humour, hasn't he? I knew you were joking, otherwise he wouldn't have asked me before where is this, he'd have known. Anyway, there's your windmills. And some of them are actually turning. The wind generators. That's nice. I used to live in London many years ago. I wouldn't want to live there now though. I'll show you now where it all happened. It was just a complete nightmare. About 15 minutes I was there, shouting at, trying to encourage her, and God, it went in the blink of an eye. My heart were in my mouth. For those what don't know what I'm talking about, the tide's coming in and this woman was stuck on the beach. So we're just down here. You can see the tide's not just in, but it's well and truly in. You see where the stones are, and that's Staithes. She was on the other side of the Staithes. What she had to do was to get up, make her way at the back of those stones, and then over here. Now at that time the tide was coming in, but it wasn't quite in, and she had to make her way to those steps where that guy's fishing. The child with her took the 3 dogs and she made her way to the steps. The bloke, he was doing his best to get her to climb over, and all she could do was say, I can't, I can't, I can't, and she's waving her arms about and stamping her feet. It was absolutely awful. And I'm saying, yes you can, just do it, just do it, just you know, just do it. Be careful, but you can do it. If you don't do it, you're going to die. Eventually, pulling, pushing, shoving, dragging, whatever, he managed to get her over those stones. And then she didn't like walking on the beach because there's loads of stones at that point. There were no sand, but he pulled her and she made it. I just thought when she got onto the sand, I'm standing down because I've done everything that I can do. But my God, scared. I thought one of them, if not both of them, were going to die. Well, you might go for a swim, but you wouldn't go for a swim when the tide's coming in, would you? There's rip tides and all sorts. The tide can be very ferocious. Anyhow, the guy, the woman, the girl and the 3 dogs have lived to tell the tale. I think if they'd have left it another 5 minutes. No, we're not. No. You know, there's those Staithes, that's where they were. Like she rocks, she had to climb down and she was petrified. True, that's true, isn't it, Dave? That is very true. Yeah, the other man, honestly, my heart were in my mouth, you know, Annette. So I don't know, was that his wife and his daughter? I don't know. I'm assuming it was. If my heart were in my mouth, I'm pretty sure his must have been. Just look at it now. What chance would they have stood in that? It ripping along. But I was really scared for them. I really were. I don't know, Majestic. I don't know. The only thing I can kind of think of, and I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, is that they've come down from Saint-Lemaire. Now, from Withernsea, the only place you can access the beach is from Saint-Lemaire. It's all cliffs. From there, where I showed you, for about 3 miles, there is no access to the sea. So the only thing I can think of is what they've done. They've walked from Saint-Lemaire, which is a holiday place, and they've walked into Withernsea, but they've timed it bad and they've cut it too short. And I don't think they realise just how quick the tide actually comes in. Now, normally you can walk round them staves, you can get through them even, but now the sea's covered them up, so they're stuck. The first one they are stuck on, and she didn't have the confidence just simply to scramble over it, and that's what I think it was. Are you off now, Annette? Well, we've got 15 people following us on this beautiful evening in Withensea. We're on the lower deck of the promenade. I hope you're enjoying this evening and this video. If you are, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Quite a few things on my channel, other walks, loads and loads of walks. I've got some video footage which I've shot with my camcorder of other walks which are proper wide angle. Earlier on today, for our morning walk, me and Toby went to Sandlermere, walked around the camp and came back. About 8 miles in all from where we live, there and back. But what did he do? We're up on the cliff and somebody decides he's going to go down on the beach. That's right, Toby. So he scrambled down the cliff. I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? Anyhow, I managed to get down at the back of him. And I got down. There was a dog down there. He wanted to play with the dog. Swine. It put the fear out. I was worried. If he can get down, can I get down? And I did. The tide was well out. So it was okay. And as soon as I got down, he was telling me about treats. Oh, he heard that, look. When I told him to come back to me on the cliff, he couldn't hear me. But when I mentioned treats, Toby, treats, he can hear that. Would you like a treat? I thought you might. I didn't feel like giving you one this morning though when you were asking. There you go, little man. So he's happy enough with that. No, we're not going down there, Tobes. Well, you're very welcome, Annette. It's always good to have you on board. If you want to see the sea, you can always come and join us. I'm online. Round about 5:15 now. I think from next week it's going to come down to about 5 because it's getting dark earlier. So there's no fun in filming in the dark, is there? So you can always come and join us. And if you subscribe to my channel, if you're not already subscribed, all my walks go on that. They'll get saved on my channel. So you can always catch up later if you want to get those beautiful views. Yeah, it's certainly a lovely night here in Withensea. Let's also make people aware that on Sunday we're going to my son's house in West Yorkshire, so I won't be on Sunday night. We're staying overnight in West Yorkshire and coming back on Monday dinner time, early afternoon, something like that. So I will be out on Monday. I'll still be out on Saturday, but Sunday I won't be. I'll try and put something on my channel for people, but I won't be doing a walk. Right, we're up to 20. I'd just like to welcome all the newcomers. It's good to have you on board. It really is. If you enjoy the channel, then please like, comment, share and subscribe. I'm always interested to read people's comments and I'll always try and answer them. Yeah, tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like about my channel. Tell me what you think I should improve on. Tell me what you'd like to see. Or even chat about something else which isn't, you know, we often do that and we've had some really good discussions at times. You know, we've all joined in and had plenty to say to each other. That's good. Dog there. I think we're going to have to come out of the way a little bit. Hi folk. Good boy, Toby. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Come on, Tobes. Toby. Them dogs seem to be having a good time. But I think Toby's better off out of it. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it about that woman though. My head's still full of it. I know when I said to the guy, do you want me to phone, you know, the lifeboat? He said, no, not yet, mate. This is not at the moment. And I thought, well, okay. But how long am I going to leave it for? And I was there with me. I was on the ready to, you know, to do it. I thought, I was watching the water, you know, I was watching the sea water just coming at the back of them, and I thought, you can't leave it much longer. And I said that to him. I said, you can't leave it much longer, mate. He said, I know. And I thought, oh my God. I thought we're going to get a fatality here. Fortunately, it was okay. Well, we've done me and Toby have done 12.76 miles today. So I'm quite happy with that. It's 6 o'clock. The old Duchess says I've got to be at home for 6:30 for my tea. She started getting hard on me, bullying me. Nah, not really. After tea, she likes to switch off. And if I'm getting back late, she can't switch off. It's either expecting storms, that's why the storm gates are shut. It could have been a horrific tragedy. The girl, at least she was safe. She went to the steps and she had the 3 dogs with her. You know, she couldn't do anything. And I thought, if I go down the steps to help, what do I do with Toby? I can't ask her to look after Toby when she's got 3 dogs. And if I take Toby down with me, what can I do to help? Just awful. I'm sorry for going on about it, but my head's just full of it still. Anyway, I'll try and forget it now. Tonight is Thursday night. And in Withensea that means one thing. Does anybody know? It is bike night. We get bikers from across Yorkshire and Lincolnshire coming to with their bikes. I'm not a great expert on bikes, but there's some beauties here. Just look at them all. And they come every Thursday, come hail, rain, sunshine or snow. The good of that cafe there, it's called the Castle Cafe. It's like a biker's cafe. And all these guys meet up. Harley, Triumph, amazing, Honda, every mate you could ever imagine. Evening. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some lovely bikes. Now they've not closed this storm gate, and that's because it's used. On a regular basis by what remains of our fishing fleet. There's the boatyard across there. We mainly go out looking for lobsters and crabs and things like that. We don't have any like deep sea fishing vessels. I think they have some expensive kit though. Hi Darren. Yeah, it's been a lovely day up here. Not too warm, so I don't really need my coat on, but I've got it on. See, got my coat on, my jumper, and in actual fact I don't really need them. Yeah, we just walked a bit over 13 miles. It's going to be 14 when I get home. Oh, come on, Toby. Yeah, we'll just walk up to the end of the South Prom. I were thinking of walking up to Holland, but we did that the other night. Evening. And I did think about going back up to San Lamer, and I thought, well, we did that this morning because we could have gone over the top. But I'll do that with you. I might do it tomorrow. If I don't do it tomorrow, I might do it on Monday. Hi, Steve. Is Toby with me? There he is. Can you see him? Would you like a treat, Toby? Here, Toby. I think he would like a treat. You can hear the treats rattling round in my pocket in the bag. Now he knows. There he is. There we go. Hi, Darren. Yes, we're coming in. Yeah, we're coming into autumn. Well, we are in autumn now, with winter just round the corner. So of course, in the southern hemisphere, it's the opposite, isn't it? So you're coming up with your summer. That sounds good. Yeah, and there's Toby. Yeah, he frightened me earlier on, did Toby, when he decided to go down the cliff. But what worried me weren't him. I knew he could get down, no problem. But I had to follow him. And that was harder than what I thought it was going to be. Well, it wasn't as hard as it could have been, but it was... I had to watch what I was doing. But he's a good boy. And on Sunday he's going to see Theodore to wish him happy birthday. And play with him in the garden. Theodore's 5 now. So there's Toby. He likes his walks. Mind you, if he gets the slightest inclination that there might be some rain, that's it. He doesn't want to go out. Come on, Toby. Come on. Oh, he looks like Charlie. Oh God. He's okay, mate.
Nice one, doing a bit of training.
Yeah, you do right.
Sick weight.
That's good.
Hard work sometimes.
I know you're doing well. Come on then. Well, there's a lifeboat station, Dave, and I think we have something on here regarding tide times, I think. Let's have a quick look. There you go. So it's all on there, look. So I don't really know where those people were, where they'd come from, or anything. I just know that they're very, very lucky. You know, I think if it had been waiting like another, I don't know, 5-6 minutes, would have been in a totally different situation. Give it 10 minutes and maybe one of them or both of them would have lost their lives. Absolutely awful. I'll go out in the morning with Toby and we'll go up to Holland. And I know I can be on that beach a couple of hours and I'm fine. I'm good. I know I can walk down to Saint Lemaire in the morning. The tide's going out. I'll be absolutely fine, completely fine. I certainly wouldn't think about coming in when I know the tide is going out on the beach for a walk. You know, probably an hour's walk when I know the tide is coming in. I'm alright when I know it's going out. I'm alright if I know it's just coming in. And it's still a long way off. But as soon as it starts getting closer, well, you won't find me out in it at all. Good evening. Toby. Come on. Let's just get to the top. And then we can turn around. In fact, we're going to turn around a bit. Well, we'll go a bit further up. I think we're going to actually turn round. It's 6:15. I'm going to get moaned at by the old Duchess. And after today's excitement, I'm just not really in the mood. It wouldn't be so bad if she just cooked for herself and said to me, "Well, sort yourself out," but she won't. She doesn't see the sense in cooking for one. So I'm looking to get home for about 7:25. There we are. Hi, Sonny. No, you won't get any dingy people this far up north. We're all on the south coast coming from France. To get from Europe to Withensea, you're talking a couple of 100 miles at least. Alright, okay, imported babies. Hope Hope you're having a good day anyway. And Sunny Wolf, yep, good evening to you. Yeah, you should have seen him. You should have seen him this afternoon, or dinner time, I should say, scampering down that cliff. He gets to the bottom, and he started playing with another dog. Now the other dog were on the lead, and the bloke who was with him was absolutely petrified. What he thought Toby were going to do, I don't know, because the other dog wanted to play as well. And I managed to wean Toby off the dog with a promise of a treat. Evening. No, you're not having the boys' chips. Food. Come on. Let this lady do a jogging. There we go. Alright, love. So we're going to make our way back to the pier tower. Well, I know what you mean, Sonny. Work can be boring at times. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes you're bored stiff with it. Day'll come and you'll retire, and you'll think, you know what? I wish I had that boring job. Trust me. You know, when you're scammering round looking for something to interest you. I have a moment I'm playing about with my camcorder. You know, it's a bit like the parson's egg. Good in parts, but not so good in others. I'm going to get a gimbal for it. Because I can't control it otherwise, and it's jumping about like there's no tomorrow. But that's it, you're looking for something to interest you, at least at work. You know, but it's boring, but at least you're there. You've got the water cooler, you can find out what the scandal is in the office. There's bits to interest you. And you know, you get your good days and your bad days. I miss being at work. Even the bad days were good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great. The things I wanted to do when I was working, I couldn't do. I just didn't have the time. Now I can do what I want, and that's good. But you know, you don't have that structure. That structure, I didn't realise to some extent, I did, and I understood it was important, but I didn't realise how much I would miss it. You know, when you're working, your day's sort of regimented. Evening. Yeah, you?
Good evening, isn't it?
It's lovely, it really is. Yeah, and literally from waking up to going to bed, your day's regimented and it's structured, and sometimes you get fed up of that. But when you don't have any structure and you have to put it in yourself, that's different. Now, just do your best at work. You never know what opportunities might open up to you. Can you hear the bikes? Ah, you've seen the dog. That's what it is. Hello, little fella. It's only motorbikes. He's alright, love. There we are. Another friend of Toby's. No such thing as a stranger, just a friend we haven't met. See you later, love. Well, we're almost back at the Twin Towers. Look at that sky. Hi, Reality Takeover. How are you tonight? Well, I've looked at some more of these bikes. We'll go right through the centre of them. Sounds like people have had the meat. Now we're going to go home, get in with their lives until next Thursday when it's bike night. Yeah, I'm not a bike person myself, but you've got to acknowledge the beauty of these machines. Yep. Across there, look. Just imagine and we've all come to the Castle Cafe. Bikers Cafe, that. I don't know whether anybody has ever been to the Ace Cafe on the North Circular in London. It's near Park Royal. Me and my son went there, or both my sons actually, The three of us went there a few years ago. I remember the Park Royal Cafe from when I were a boy. You know, the Ace Cafe, I remember it. It was a big bikers place then, but it was also at night time. In the daytime it was like a transport cafe. And I can remember getting lifts from there back up north and things like that. I mean, it shut down. It must have closed down for, I don't know, over 30 years. And I think it was in about 2010 that they opened it. And when we went, it was just like it was back in the day. Where are we? We're in a place called Withensea Reality Takeover, which is in the UK. We're on the East Yorkshire coast, about 20 miles east of Hull. We're on the North Sea. It's a small town with about 6,000 residents, with the remnants of a fishing industry, and it's still a bit of a holiday place, but its glory days have long gone. What you have got is a lot of pensioners like me living here. What, round here, Dave? Oh, I can think of maybe one. Seriously, a lot closed down, but after lockdown, gradually they've all reopened except one. Now the owner of that cafe opened a bazaar instead. The cafe was down there, but then she opened like a bazaar, which I'll show you when we go past it. But everything else, it was a bit dead at first. Everything else sort of reopened. Come on, Tobes. Well, I don't know where that is. Hiya!
Good.
I'm alright, how are you?
Hey, beautiful. You
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I just wanted to go back to work.
When you going back?
Got up. Hercules at Cambridge, mid-September start. It's now mid-October. I
Yeah.
messaged him yesterday. I've turned down Luton on TUI, long-term
Bloody
job. I've said, look, give me a fucking start date. And they went, your security's done, your passes are done, this is done, the petrols are done. We're just waiting. I went,
For what?
for what?
Christmas?
Yeah. It's now fed through October. This
Yeah.
is September start.
Yeah.
We're just taking the piss now.
I'd be looking at something else if I were you.
I know,
Steve.
but it's a full year contract.
I know, yeah.
It's cut your nose off, spite your face type, you know.
I know, they got you by the proverbials, haven't they?
Yeah, taking the piss.
Yeah.
Absolutely taking the piss. She's moving out, she says, so don't bring home Marnie.
Sorry about that.
I don't know.
How long have you two been together now?
10 years and 2 days. I think
Bloody.
she's emotional over 10 years. So, I don't know.
Try and talk to her.
I told her. I said, the day you go, the day I lose Barney, I change the locks. And everything inside, you want kids' rooms and all that kind of stuff. Fuck it. Come.
Dear God. I'm sorry about that, mate. Because you've done a lot for it. You've done a lot for the kids, haven't you?
10 years, 10 holidays, bought the car, bought a Mercedes, all that. She's never felt loved. So, yeah, Polly, what the fuck are you doing with it? So,
Well, you can have you can have a lie in bed with a 24/7, or you
that's
can
a good sofa.
or you can earn some bloody money.
So, that's how it goes. Alright, dude.
Yeah, you
Alright.
take care, mate.
Take care, Daryl.
And you too, Steve. Yeah. So we talk about cafes, Dave. So the people who owned the cafe now own this shop here, the Queen Street Bazaar. So we lost the cafe and gained the bazaar, you could say. I'll tell you what we did lose. We had 2 bookies. We've still got corals, but we lost the other bookies. That shut down at lockdown, and it's never reopened. You know, the other bookie, that's never reopened. Evening, guys. Yeah. I don't know if you caught what we were talking about, me and Steve. He's been with his girlfriend now for 10 years. He's done a lot for her. He's done a lot for the kids. Oh. And now she's decided she doesn't feel loved. And she's shipping out. Come on, Toby. Alright. They just got back from a holiday in Thailand. That sky. I've never gambled. My dad was a professional gambler. And you know, we went hungry with it when we were kids. So I've never gambled either. Just look at that sky. Just amazing, isn't it? Well, folks, as amazing as that sky is, all good things come to an end. So tonight, hi Aidan, regards from Withernsea. So I'm just going to thank everybody for your company on tonight's walk. It was absolutely brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed the company and the comments, you know, and everything else. And thanks for listening to me banging on about that family who nearly got washed out to sea. It's still on my mind even now. Horrible. But there you go. The old Duchess will be in the house waiting for me with my dinner. So I'm going to say good night. Thank you again, and I shall see you on the next one. Bye.